Very difficult. It truly is difficult. On the other hand, if you sing the best song that you know, the best way you know, you haven't lost anything.
What are you going to sing for us?
Oh.
You knew I was leading to something.
No, I
assume.
didn't. I'm the most... Look, I'm a very innocent type person, no matter what people tell you. But I did write a song a while ago about WNYC, and it begins on with my first broadcast here, which was 1938 at 39, those years. When I was in college a long time ago, on the city's own station I broadcast a show. The Municipal Building, 1939, built by WPA, said a fresh painted sign. They still weren't finished, so I sang my song to the beat of the hammers and the grins of the throng. Fiorello LaGuardia rushed in to see what was making that noise in Studio B. Well, I left for the Army in 1942 and served for 3 years till the Axis was through. Then in 45 I joined the station to stay with the program of music that's on to this day. O'Dwyer and Pelletieri, they stood the next watch. Then Lindsay Beam Carey, and then Edward Koch. The pressures were heavy, oh, if only you knew. But if Dinkins can stand it, I guess I can too. No pay and no contract from then until now, but still I keep going, though I don't know how. And I'll still be keeping till I breathe my last, the promise I made almost 50 years past. It's not my favorite song, but it's appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Almost 50 years have gone by, and we're still hearing that music under the light of yon municipal moon. And I guess being that the show is now on WNYC AM is also sort of appropriate, since if you were here in 38, 39, we were not around on FM. You would have been on
FM. No, nobody even thought of it. No, maybe somebody was thinking of it.
Yeah.
When FM began here, I went on AM and FM,
right.
So on both.
Right.
And for a long time, I wondered why we were bothering with FM. Nobody listened.
Right.
And as time went by, I began to say, why are we on AM?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm back on AM again. And I'll tell you, just the other day, I was driving in from New Hampshire, and I heard it. The program, on Sunday at 7, I heard the program in New Hampshire and coming through Massachusetts. I have trouble sometime getting it in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But in New Hampshire, it came in straight and fine.
Sunday evenings at 7, and we should mention Dave Sear, whose program has been on a number of years, follows yours, also on WNYC.
Dave used to play the banjo on my show, and he has his own, and it's a darn good show. And he keeps me in a competitive situation.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be good, because Dave is going to follow me, and he's good.
All right, he's your alley-dar to your affirmed.
Yes.
One of the many musical legends who's come through before becoming a musical legend to your program was Bob Dylan.
Oh, yes. Bob came to New York, and he used to eat up at my place and sleep at Dave Van Ronk's. And we never thought he was very, very good, especially when we heard this song, Blowing in the Wind. We thought it was terrible.
Uh-huh.
And we were sorry for him, so I kept feeding him, and Dave kept sleeping him. And then one day, Iz Young of the Folklore Center asked me to put him on the air because he was going to do a concert. So I put him on the air, and despite all my efforts, there were only 3 people in that room when he performed. The second time he came around, he was doing a little better. So I put him on the air again. And by the way, he told marvelously wild and untrue stories about his early life. Just marvelous. I don't know which tape you have, but on one of them, he lived all his life on the road. Another one, he worked in the carnival. Mm-hmm. Which one do you have?
I have no idea which one this is, but we're going to give it a listen. This is a very young Bob Dylan on Oscar Brand's Folk Song Festival on WNYC FM.
Now, November the 4th, Saturday, Bob Dylan will be singing at the Carnegie Chapter. And that should be a very eventful occasion. Bob was born in Duluth, Minnesota, but Bob, you weren't raised in Duluth, were you?
I was raised in Gallup, New Mexico.
And did you get many songs there?
Got a lot of cowboy songs there, Indian songs, carnival songs, type vaudeville kind of stuff.
So where'd you get your carnival songs from?
People in the carnival.
Did you travel with it, or did you watch the carnival?
Traveled carnival when I was about 13 years old.
For how long?
For all the way up till I was 19. Every year, off and on, I joined different carnivals.
Well, now, I'd like to hear one of the kinds of music that you've been singing, and I know you've been doing quite well, and you'll be singing at Carnegie Chapter Hall. You want to pick something out?
Well, I'll pick out a carnival song that I learned, I wrote there. Want to hear one of them? Sally girl, I'm gonna get you, Sally girl, I'm gonna get you, Sally girl, I'm gonna get you, Sally girl. Well, I'm just one of them rambling men, rambling since I don't know when. Here I come and I'm gone again. Sally says I got no end. I'm gonna get you, Sally girl. 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 Sally says I'm bound to go. If Sally says I'm bound to go, Sally, she ought to know. I'm gonna get you, Sally girl. I'm gonna get you, Sally girl. I'm gonna get you, Sally girl. I'm gonna get you, Sally girl.
Thank you, Bob Dylan, for Sally Gal, and we'll expect you back before the end of tonight's Folk Song Festival.
Well, that was Oscar Brand and a very young Bob Dylan. That must have been, what, early 60s, maybe 61, 62.
I gave up dates a long time ago, but I will say that Bobby, with all his exaggerations and all his creation of a new personality, was one of the most important performers and creators in American popular music.
And he never gave you a truthful answer to any of those questions.
Never.
Oscar Brand, still doing the Folk Song Festival on WNYC, started in 1945, and obviously we couldn't do a 50th anniversary celebration tonight without you. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, John.
You're listening to the 50th birthday celebration of WNYC, FM 93.9, New York Public Radio. And we have more music from Meredith Monk and members of her vocal ensemble.